like the whole
We
set.
need, yeah.
Backward.
No, City of Austell.
Austell, okay.
The Croatia, even the Croatia.
Yeah.
My friend.
Freaking awesome.
Said it's just
Yeah,
people are
same
nicer.
beaches, too. Terry.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Bobnick, yeah. Oh, yeah, it works.
All right, call this meeting to order. It's 7 o'clock, July 1st. Mayor Bacon is not feeling well this evening, so I'll be chairing the meeting. We have with us this evening Pastor Brian Taylor from Life Church Smyrna Assembly of God at 4100 King Springs Road. Pastor Taylor, you want to come up and lead us in the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance? Well, everybody please rise.
There we go. Dear God, we thank you for tonight, God. I pray for guidance, God. I pray for direction as we go about the meeting tonight, God. I pray that your hand be upon it, God. That there be unity and peace throughout every discussion we have, God. And you just lead us and guide us tonight. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor Taylor, for being with us. Agenda item 2 is agenda changes. There are none. There's no mayoral report this evening, no land issues, zonings, or annexations, or privileged licenses. So we'll get to formal business. Item 6A, 2019-215, approval of appointment of Ward 1 Representative LaTarsha Pearson to the Smyrna Housing Authority through the remaining term to expire May 2020. This is actually my item. LaTarsha and Trotsky have been neighbors of mine for almost a decade. She's a great lady, is very involved with Argyle Elementary. They got 3 great kids, and she's going to be great in this role. If there's no discussion or comment, I'll ask for a motion for approval. And a second? Okay. All those in favor, please vote. It's approved 6-0. Item 6B under formal business, 2019-214, authorization to enter into an amended user license agreement for 800 megahertz public safety radio system with Cobb County, Georgia, in the amount of $1,154,692.29 over the contract term of October 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2027. Funded through Smyrna E911 Fund, and authorize the mayor to execute all related documents. Ms. Adler-Jones, can you please read the background?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, everyone. In 2007, Cobb County and its users entered into a users agreement that defined the cost and responsibilities of Cobb County and users to operate on the 800 megahertz public safety radio system. The agreement is for the use of the radio towers and the maintenance. This proposed amended license agreement dated October 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2027 will allow the city to continue to use the Cobb 800 megahertz public safety radio system without interruption. The amended agreement aligns all of the users to the same contract expiration date instead of the current individual expiration dates. Smyrna's estimated total cost of $1,154,692.29 will be funded annually from the Smyrna E911 Fund over an 8-year period. Our police department staff recommends approval and for the mayor to sign all related documents.
Move approval.
Councilman Gould is going to be handling this this evening. Any questions, comments? I know Deputy Chief Harvey is here, if there are any.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think it's just basically, as Tammy Sadler-Jones mentioned, it's just the changing of the contract dates for the county to make it easier for the county to administer the contract.
That's exactly it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay. So without any other questions from anybody, move to approve item 6B, 2019-214, authorization to enter into an amended user agreement for 600 megahertz public safety radio system with Cobb County, Georgia, in the amount of $1,154,692.29 over the contract term of October 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2027, funded through Smyrna E911 Fund, and authorize the mayor to execute all related documents. As moved.
Do we have a second? Have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote. It's approved 6-0. Item 7, commercial building permits. There are none. Item 8 is the consent agenda. Ms. Sadler-Jones, will you please read the consent agenda for council's approval?
The consent agenda reads as follows. Approval of the June 17th, 2019 Mayor and Council meeting minutes. Item B, approval of the June 17th, 2019 pre-council meeting minutes. Item D, approval of the June 17th, 2019 special called meeting minutes. Item D, approval of the June 13th, 2019 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second? There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote. Susan, you need to vote, I think. It's approved 6-0. Item 9 is committee reports. Tonight we'll start with Ms. Andrea Bluestein.
I want to wish every one of you a very happy 4th of July. Just remember those poor little dogs and cats are terrified of fireworks, so spare them a little bit, please. My little dog just goes crazy. So with that, I yield.
Ms. Maryline Blackburn.
Thank you. A couple of things here. Want to send out a big welcome to some new employees for the city of Smyrna, Jonathan Worrell and Victor Acquire. We're excited to have you as part of the Smyrna family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And also want to say I had an opportunity to spend some time with the Math and Music Makers camp of Smyrna, sharing my role as a city council person, as well as being involved in the entertainment industry, and that was really, really exciting to see the kids learn the importance of math and music. And then also want to just send a word out to our community to keep your ears and eyes open for more details as it relates to the 2020 census. As we've been saying, we need all hands on deck. We want everybody to be counted. Had an opportunity, I know I'm going on, I'll be finished shortly. The grand opening and welcome to the Red Roof Inn Plus. We're really excited to go to their opening and see how they have definitely done some great renovations on the hotel, so we're excited to have them in the Smyrna vicinity. And Code Ninjas had a chance to go and learn a little bit about coding and building video games. This was so incredible. These kids are between the ages of 7 and 14, and they're being taught how to already learn how to build video games and coding for different things. So also want to say happy 4th of July to everyone out there. Please be safe and be responsible during that time, but have a good time with your family and friends. And a big shout out to Sustainable Smyrna. Thank you guys for all that you're doing. And with that, I yield.
Mr. Corker Welch.
Thank you. I just want to call out a request to anybody that's in Ward 4 that's interested. We're looking for some volunteers to come in and help with the census. And if you're interested and want to put in a little bit of time, please give me a call, send me an email. Just let me know your contact information so I can pass it along to City Hall. Thank you very much.
Susan Wilkinson.
Thank you, Mayor.
So one thing, I'd like to follow up with what Corky just said and let Ward 5 citizens know that if they're interested in working on the census, I'd love to hear from them as well. And they're looking for a group to participate. And if you just email me, that I can put you in touch with the committee. I'd also like to announce something that's going on at the library. There are volunteers from the Aviation Wing Museum in Marietta that are going to visit the Smyrna Library on Sunday, July 7th to discuss the infamous Top Gun School. The lecture begins at 3 p.m. in the library meeting room on the first floor. A former military aviator will explore the path taken by naval aviators from recruitment to carrier landing qualifications and beyond. Refreshments will be provided by the Friends of the Smyrna Library. And with that, I yield.
Mr. Tim Gould.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to give some feedback. We had a education committee meeting this past week to discuss a few things, including the dramatic rise of underage use of e-cigarettes and vaping devices in our community and the long-term consequences for our kids. Reports from many organizations show there's a 78% increase in use by underage kids of these devices from 2017 to 2018. That's a 78% increase. So almost 1 out of 5 underage 18-year-old youths have tried vaping devices. To give you a frame of reference, in 2011, 1 out of 100 kids have used it. Today, it's 1 out of 5. So it's close to being called an epidemic. Schools are asking for help. These devices are hard to spot. They look like memory sticks, pens, pens, all sorts of other common devices. They give almost no odor. Kids are not really aware of what the dangers are on these devices. 1 Juul vial has as much nicotine as a whole pack of cigarettes, and underage kids generally do not know the ramifications of ingesting and inhaling that much nicotine. Education Committee is considering different recommendations, possible ordinance change, but definitely significant educational initiatives in our schools and our communities. It's an issue that deserves our attention. I believe we need to take a leadership role in this and help to stop the dramatic increase of the use of these tobacco-related products in our kids. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you for taking the lead on that and all your work with that. Mr. Ron Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I hope the mayor feels better for our next meeting, but we have a fairly light summer, but we're aware that the fire department reminds us every year at this time, and we want to make sure we remind people when working around fireworks how dangerous they could be, how easily they could go wrong. So we urge everyone to execute a high degree of safety while with their families during this time of celebrating our nation's birth. Happy birthday, America, and everybody be safe.
Mr. Corky Welch has asked for another
I'm sorry. I just need to make an announcement to anybody out in Ward 4 that I will not be here for the meeting on July 15th. I have a business conference that I have to be to, and I won't be at this meeting. With that, I yield.
Sadler Jones, anything to add?
I just wanted to remind the public that city administrative offices will be closed on Thursday, July 4th for Independence Day holiday, and we will reopen on Friday for regular hours. Thank you.
Mr. Scott Cochran. Scott Andrews. Terry Graham. Christina. All right. Item 10 is show cause hearings. There are none. Item 11 is citizen input. We have 3 citizens signed up to speak. I'd like to call Cedric Lumsden up. Please state your name and address. I want to talk about calming traffic down on Matthews Street.
Yes, sir. My name is Cedric Lumsden. I'm at 2761 Matthews Street, Smyrna, Georgia, 30080. Mr. Mayor, Pro Tem, Derek, sir, and the City Council, thank you for taking your time, allowing me to talk. I have been and given 2 letters to Kevin Moore, the Smyrna City engineer. But before this all started, I had contacted Terry, I cannot say her last name, but she's moved on from the City Council. And I had no response from her, and I asked her for stop signs, and nothing has happened since then. She said that on her email, I wish I could find it, she said that stop signs don't help, but I think they do slow people down. So Kevin Moore received 2 letters from me. The latest one that I wrote down was the 7th of June, but I handed him copies like this, not in the email. The letter is from the residents of Williams Park. Concern. Traffic on Matthew Street has increased in the past few years due to 3 things. 1, increase of population. B, SunTrust Park cut-through traffic. Numerous construction projects in and around Williams Park. I have investigated several solutions to resolve this. As a graduate of the police academy, I found out that the police were not able to enforce a 25-mile speed limit because Georgia law states that radar cannot be used in 25-mile-per-hour zone except by the Georgia State Patrol. Further, because Matthew Street is a cut-through for emergency vehicles, we are unable to ask for speed bumps. Concerning relating to the speeds are the following. 1, more foot traffic due to population increase and demographic change. 2, safety of families walking with children and dogs. 3, due to rise in grade of street view on oncoming traffic is blocked. Am I through? Oh. Noise pollution due to vehicles traveling at high speeds. And number 5, large construction vehicles speeding and blocking lanes. Because of speeding, we have safety concerns on Matthew Street. Due to gradient increase by Matthew Court, speeding cars near cannot be seen until the last minute. When backing out of driveways or crossing the street on foot, cars suddenly appear due to the speed of the vehicle coming over the rise. The following solutions would help with keep Matthew Street safe. 1, stop signs at Walker Street and Whitfield Street. 2, better signage of the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. There are not enough signs. Additionally, the one sign is obscured by bushes and another has been pulled out of the ground and is propped up against a tree. We thank you very much for listening. Cedric and Janice Lumsden, representing concerned residents of Williams Park, Smyrna Citizens Academy graduates 2018. Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight. Mr. Forrest Ainsworth, also speeding cars on Matthew Street.
Good afternoon. Hey, my name is Forrest Ainsworth. I live at 1606 Walker Street in Smyrna. I live right on the corner of Matthews and Walker. Moved here about 2 years ago. Love the area, but the speed of vehicles in this area is increasing drastically, and it is a major concern. Not only are sidewalks not maintained, they are overgrown, pushing pedestrians that are walking, riding bikes, pushing strollers into the street. And nothing's been done about it, and that's a concern. The other concern that I have is the safety of my child. I have a 4.5-year-old daughter. She plays in the front yard. She plays in the backyard. At times, she gets a little too close to the street, and it is very concerning. Now, I spent thousands of dollars putting up fences to deter her, but she likes to explore. She likes to climb things. So my 4-foot fence is pretty much just a challenge to her now. And if she gets out over that, there's no way a car's going to stop. Cars are going 60 miles an hour down this. But like Cedric said, by the time I'm backing out of my driveway and I look, no car is there, I start backing out, lo and behold, there's a car there, and I have to pull back in forward. So it's getting out of control. And like Cedric said, it's probably because of a few factors, but nothing has been done. I've been here for 2 years, and I've heard all kinds of comments being made that we've tried stop signs, we've tried to do chicane things, whatever they're called. We've tried to do speed bumps, but because it needs to be a thoroughfare and somebody that might be in danger is delayed a little bit longer, putting other people in danger every single day doesn't seem to matter. So I would like to see something, some kind of progress. May it be signs put up, more patrols. I very rarely see a cop car going through there at normal speed. They're usually going through there to get to the other side. So I'd like to see more patrols, and if radar can't be done, then I don't know what the answer is, but I'd like to see some kind of progress. So I yield.
Thank you for being here. The last citizen that signed up is David Luke. Same issue, excessive speed on Matthew Street.
Good afternoon. My name is David Luke. I live at 1615 Walker Street, Smyrna. I'm on the other corner of Matthews and Walker Street. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time today. I come here as a concerned father and a concerned citizen. You've heard the arguments my two neighbors have given. I have two daughters that are athletes, and we used to be able to throw the lacrosse ball back and forth in our side yard. Now they're to the point where they're like, Daddy, we don't want to. We're scared of the cars. And the other day, we actually threw a lacrosse ball into the street. My bad, I missed it. But the truck didn't even have time enough to swerve to miss the lacrosse ball. He was going so fast and crushed the lacrosse ball. And you know those are hard rubber balls. So that's how fast they go. The evidence I've seen for stop signs is this. We all know that they're doing the sewer repair on Spring Street. With the detours, they had put a stop sign at the corner of Walker and Matthews and one at Whitfield to give the detours. I physically saw over a week, maybe even 2 weeks, people stopping and actually controlling their speed going through that area. So the stop signs will work. I'm just asking the city council to consider putting stop signs at those two intersections to slow people down. As we get the traffic circle at the corner of Roswell and Matthews, people are going to have even less excuse to stop at that stoplight. And like Cedric said, the rise, you can't really see people coming through, but those stop signs cover each part of the rise. So it would limit their speed, still allow emergency vehicles to go through and not impede other vehicles with speed bumps. That's it. I appreciate your time and your consideration. Thank you very much. Happy July 4th.
Thanks for being here. Thank you, gentlemen. I know that Ms. Adler-Jones, and I see Scott going out in the audience to get your contact information now. I know they'll be working with our city engineer, Kevin Moore, to address some of your concerns. Is there anybody else in the audience that didn't get a chance to sign up that would like to speak? All right. Happy July 4th, everybody. If there's no more business to be brought before this body, I declare this meeting adjourned at 7:22.
How close?
Like 8 minutes, maybe?
Wow.
We have one item. We have the consent agenda.
That's it, huh?
And no
It is.
voting.
We're up at the top, baby.
Do I just about the execution of those documents?
Yes, Scott said that he looked over them. As soon as I get his copy back.
No worry.
Thanks, Scott. You've seen me before.
Yeah, I sure have. And
Shouldn't have
I
gone through
Googled
that
it.
class.
The engineering.
Come back to it.
Kevin, do you know what
No reply.